Right friends, welcome back to News at a Glance. This is the 49th week up to 11th December. Look at the first issue. This is with regard to reduction in import duty on wheat from 10% to 0%. Here I would like to tell you a few points. Last year, government declared that the wheat production in the country was around 93 million tons, but experts felt that the wheat production was not 93 million tons as claimed by the government, but it was somewhere around 86 million tons. That is one aspect. And the second important aspect is cool winters are required for high productivity of wheat crop. Cool winters are required, but the meteorological department predicted warm winters this year. That's why there are doubts with regard to the wheat production this Rabi season also. So because of these two reasons, actually what happened during the past few months, 1 or 2 months, wheat prices including wheat flour increased by around 20%. So as to control the domestic prices, recently government took the decision for the reduction in import duty from 10% to 0%. Then the other important aspect I would like to tell you, that is with regard to import duties. Import duties are categorized as tariff barriers. Suppose if the import duty is increased from 10% to 20%, 30%, these are all known as tariff barriers. And there is another category that is non-tariff barriers. If government imposes a stipulation that we cannot import more than 2 million tons, that is a non-tariff barrier. So, tariff barrier, non-tariff barriers, these you should have clear understanding, right? So, look into the next question. There is unnecessary controversy with regard to the deployment of army at toll plazas across the state of West Bengal. The Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar says that it is a routine exercise and basically to calculate the availability of trucks in case of emergencies. The Defence Minister says it is a routine, but West Bengal Chief Minister was furious and she stated that it was only informed and permission was not granted by the state government. However, the overall view is it is a routine exercise, right? So please look into this picture. This pertains to the patrolling of these army jawans at checkposts, right? Look into the next issue. The Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lanba stated that the indigenously developed light combat aircraft Tejas does not meet the requirements. Here he stated that it is overweight. Because of its overweight, it cannot be used. And you may have a pertinent doubt what the Navy does with these type of light combat aircrafts. And before understanding that, let us look at Vikramaditya. This is INS Vikramaditya. At present, Vikramaditya is the only aircraft carrier in the country. And don't forget, recently INS Virat was decommissioned and it is expected to become a museum near Visakhapatnam coast. And this INS Vikramaditya, it carries this light combat aircrafts. At present, it is carrying MiG-29K. Please look into this picture. MiG-29K, it is carrying at present, and this light combat aircraft or Tejas is expected to replace this MiG-29K, but the Navy Chief says that it is overweight, it cannot be used. Right friends, look at the next issue. Government stated that so far 26% of the farmers were covered under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. All of you are familiar with Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, or popularly known as PMFBY. Here the premium for Kharif crops is 2%, don't forget. For Rabi crops it is 1.5%, and for horticulture crops it is 5%. And you may ask a pertinent question, why this is so important for Indian farmers? The basic reason is Indian farmers, most of the Indian farmers are dependent on rain for their irrigation. Here, only around 40% is covered with protected irrigation, and around 60% agriculture in our country is rain fed. This is one reason. The second reason, if you ask, Indian land holdings are very small, 1 acre, 2 acres. So they cannot tolerate the vagaries of monsoon. Because of these two reasons, Indians badly need this agricultural insurance, and during the current year, total 30% farmers are proposed to be covered, but so far 26% have already been covered as per the Government of India's statement. Right, friends? Look at the next issue. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister and Chandrababu Naidu, convener of the 13-member committee, we have already deliberated last week. This is with regard to promotion of cashless transactions in our country, and CEO of Niti Aayog, Amitabh Kant, is the member secretary. And at the same time, don't forget, Niti Aayog is the organization which is behind promotion of these digital transactions. Recently, they announced several awards also, right? If you look at the next one, Supreme Court ordered cinema halls across the country to mandatorily play the national anthem before the screening of the movie, and in the words of the Supreme Court judges, it is basically to instill committed patriotism and nationalism. If you want more, last week we deliberated in news capsule, please view that. Right, look into the next issue. New Zealand Prime Minister John Key, he resigned citing personal reasons, and the new Prime Minister is Bill English. Please look into this map. This is New Zealand, which is situated in the Pacific Ocean region nearer to Australia. Look into the next one. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Petrotech 2016 conference. Here 2-3 important decisions were stated, or you can say reiterated by the Prime Minister. First one is with regard to the natural gas network. The Prime Minister stated that the natural gas network will be doubled in length in 5 years to 30,000 kilometers, so that it will reach 10 million households. So the natural gas pipeline will reach 1 crore households within 5 years. Second important point is the Prime Minister once again reiterated that reducing energy imports by 10% by 2022. Certain missions are there as far as central government is concerned. That is housing for all by 2022, Swachh Bharat by 2019. Like that, the government's mission is 10% of our energy requirements imports will be reduced. At present, we are dependent on petroleum products up to the extent of around 70 to 80%, and the government's goal is to reduce energy imports by 10% by 2022. Right, friends? Next one, this Time magazine, this every year announces this person of the year. If you look at the last year, German Chancellor Angela Merkel was the person of the year. This year, in the readers poll, 18% voted for Narendra Modi, but finally, the Time magazine decided Donald Trump as the person of the year. So, two questions are very important. In the readers poll, Narendra Modi got the top rank with 18%, but Time Person of the Year award has gone to President-elect of United States of America, that is 45th President-elect of United States of America, Donald Trump. Right? Look into the next one. NABARD has taken two decisions. All of you are familiar with NABARD, which was established in the year 1982 based on Sivaraman Committee recommendations. That is one part. And recently, two important decisions were taken. The first decision was with regard to establishment of POS terminals in 1 lakh villages. 1 lakh villages will be selected, and these villages are in the population range up to 10,000. That is one part. And each village will get 2 point of sale terminals. And as on date, there are around 12 lakh to 15 lakh point of sale terminals are there in our country. The need of the hour is to increase point of sale terminals, and you may ask where this point of sale terminals are established. Point of sale terminals are established with merchant establishments. Shopkeepers, they will have this point of sale terminals so that persons like you and me will go there and swipe the card, right? So this is all about POS terminals. Second important decision taken by NABARD. NABARD will convert around 4 crore Kisan credit cards. 4.32 crore Kisan credit cards will be converted into EMV chip pin based RuPay Kisan cards. You may have a doubt, what is EMV? EMV is EuroPay MasterCard Visa. This is the standard, global standard for digital transactions. So, global standard PIN based cards will be given by replacing 4.32 crore Kisan credit cards, so that these cards can be used at ATMs as well as micro ATMs. Right? So, these two important decisions were taken by NABARD. Right? Look into the next issue. This is with regard to the South Korean Parliament. South Korean Parliament, you can say National Assembly, impeached the President Park Geun-hye. Why the President was impeached? President was impeached because of the reason there was abuse of power by President's confidant Choi Soon-sil. Please look into this picture. Choi Soon-sil. She is a close associate of President, and she abused power by extorting funds from companies. Because of this reason, Parliament impeached the President of South Korea, right? So, look into the next issue. This is with regard to this Hyperloop technologies. This is one interesting term, Hyperloop transportation technologies. And this concept is new, and in the world, by using this concept, road travel, or you can say travel from one place to another place, is going to become in fact faster than aircrafts. And recently its chairman and co-founder Bishop Gresta visited India, and the firm is planning for Mumbai-Pune through this Hyperloop transportation technologies. And please look into this picture. This Hyperloop, what exactly it means? In the near vacuum tubes, this transportation takes place, and speeds will go up to around 1200 kilometers per hour. At 1200 kilometers per hour. So, if you want somebody to travel from Chennai to New Delhi, this is possible in less than 2 hours. At present, aircrafts take around 2 hours 15 minutes or 2.5 hours from Chennai to Delhi, and recently its co-founder met our Union Minister Nitin Gadkari. And look into the next issue. This is with regard to natural gas. We have recently deliberated about natural gas, and here the government stated that the mix of natural gas in the current energy scenario will increase from 6.5% to 15%. If you look at the global, in the global energy scenario, the natural gas component is around 24%. In our country, it is just 6.5%. Indian government is planning to increase it from 6.5% to 15%. Why so special about natural gas? There are 2-3 prime reasons. By using natural gas, carbon emissions will be reduced by around 50%. That is one advantage. By using natural gas, carbon emissions will be reduced by around 50%. That is first part. Second part is it reduces sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides also, and PM 2.5 will be virtually non-existent. What is PM 2.5? All of you are familiar with particulate matter 2.5, and particulate matter 2.5 will be virtually non-existent if you go for natural gas. So these are the benefits of using natural gas. So India is planning to increase the usage of natural gas. At present, only 6.5% of our total energy is consisting of natural gas, and total it is expected to go up to 15% if the plans of India comes true. And Paolo Gentiloni was named as Italy's new Prime Minister. The previous Prime Minister Matteo Renzi resigned. Why Italy Prime Minister resigned? Italy Prime Minister resigned because he lost in the referendum. He has gone for referendum to increasing the powers of the Prime Minister, but people rejected it. That's why he resigned. And please look into this map. Italy is at the heart of Mediterranean Sea. Look into the next aspect. United States of America designated India as a major defense partner. And please don't forget, Defense Technology and Trade Initiative, or popularly known as DTTI, exists between India and United States of America. And sometime back, USA announced that India will be major defense partner. Now US Congress passed the National Defense Authorization Act, and now it became a reality. What will happen when India becomes major defense partner? India will have access to critical technologies. That is one part. Second important aspect is licensing regulations to acquire sensitive military technologies will be simplified now. So India will have access just like almost its NATO countries. Please don't forget NATO countries. There are 28 NATO countries. It is a military grouping primarily led by United States of America, and it is based in Brussels, Belgium. These things don't forget. And I would like to tell you one aspect about the Pentagon. The Pentagon in United States of America is the defense headquarters. And at the same time, when you are talking about United States of America, please don't forget White House. White House is the official residence and the workplace of the president, and 45th president is going to be Donald Trump. Right, friends, let us move on. Former Chief of Indian Air Force, S.P. Tyagi, he was arrested in connection with the Augusta Westland helicopters. Sometime back, India gave a contract to purchase 12 numbers of Augusta Westland helicopters. And this Augusta Westland, this is part of Italian firm Finmeccanica. This Augusta Westland is based in UK, and it is the subsidiary of Finmeccanica. Finmeccanica is an Italian firm. These things don't forget. And the allegations against Mr. S.P. Tyagi are basically he reduced, or you can say changed, the service ceiling of VVIP helicopters from 6,000 meters to 4,500 meters so as to make Augusta Westland eligible to participate in the tender. And this came to the forefront because in April 2016, Milan Court, Milan is in Italy, Milan Court of Appeal sentenced Finmeccanica CEO to about 4 years in jail, right? So subsequently, Indian government acted, and there is some available information with regard to some irregularities in Augusta Westland deal, right? So please look into this slide. Augusta Westland helicopters, these are basically intended to carry VVIPs like the president, prime minister, like that. Look into the next one. This is Syrian government troops have captured almost 85% of the city of Aleppo. Look into this map. Aleppo is the city prior to the civil war, or you can say Aleppo was prior to the civil war. the largest city in Syria. Damascus is the capital, but Aleppo was the largest city, and it was caught in civil war during the past 4 to 5 years. This is close to Turkey, and it was caught in civil war. On one side, president, that is Bashar al-Assad, supported by Russia along with Shia militia. Basically, president belongs to Shia Alawite sect. So, Shia militia along with Russia, President Bashar al-Assad of Syria, they are on one side. And on the other side are rebel forces supported by Saudi Arabia and its allies along with Western countries. So, the city was caught in civil war, and it is one of the humanitarian disasters in recent times. Almost 50,000 children and women died in Aleppo. This is considered to be one of the recent times, one of the worst humanitarian disasters. Right? So, if someone talks about Aleppo, and please don't forget, Aleppo is a World Heritage City also, as declared by UNESCO, and it is now in ruins. Look into the next one. Union Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology launched a TV channel, Digishala. Basically, it is a 24/7, 365 days free to air TV channel, and it is the satellite channel managed by Doordarshan, basically to create awareness about digital transactions. Right, friends? Look into the next one. Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation organized a 2-day summit named Laureates and Leaders at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Kailash Satyarthi, all of you are familiar with him, Nobel Prize winner, and working for the rights of children. And here in this picture, please look at Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama was invited for this, and it infuriated China. Dalai Lama was given asylum in India, and China feels that he is a separatist and he wants to separate Tibet from China. That is the contention of China. And when Dalai Lama visited this official function in Rashtrapati Bhavan, China became furious and it expressed its displeasure directly to our government. Look into the next one. Under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, 25.68 crore accounts have already been opened. That is one part. And the most important aspect is now this Bank Mitra, or you can say business correspondence model, is revised. What is the present model? Here the Bank Mitra or business correspondence model. What was the previous model? Under previous model, this business correspondents used to visit villages above 2000 population only on fixed days. So, what is the present situation? Presently, what they are doing? They are available in one sub-service area of comprising 3 to 4 villages. They will be available on every day of the week. And as per the stipulation, the minimum pay is fixed at rupees 5,000 for this business correspondence. So, these things please don't forget. And RBI in its monetary policy kept the policy rate unchanged at 6.25%. And if you want more about it, please view the capsule. Then external members, I once again reiterate, Pami Dua, Chetan Ghate, Ravindra Dholakia, these are external members, and 3 internal members. This is very important. Now the Monetary Policy Committee is a 6-member committee. India signed a nuclear agreement, civil nuclear agreement with Vietnam. Now Vietnam became the 14th country with which India signed civil nuclear deal. Right, Vietnam, please look into this map. Vietnam has got claims of some islands in South China Sea along with 4 other countries, all of you are familiar with. Then it has got a long coastline with South China Sea. Then if you look at the next news, remote sensing satellite ResourceSat 2A was successfully launched by PSLV from Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. Basically, it is extremely useful for various applications of land and water. This ResourceSat 1, ResourceSat 2, they were launched in 2003 and 2011, and now ResourceSat 2A was launched by PSLV rocket. Right? Look into the Next issue, this is the last one. Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha Purachithalaivi, and popularly known as Amma, Iron Lady of Tamil Nadu. She died on December 5 at the age of relatively young 68. Her original name was Komalavalli and she was born in Mysore, now part of Karnataka, and she acted around 140 films and became Rajya Sabha member in 1984 from AIADMK, and she became Chief Minister for 6 times. She won popular elections to Legislative Assembly. Her party, under the leadership of Jayalalitha, got elected to power 4 times. Because of some allegations, because of some restrictions, she had to resign 2 times. So 6 times she sworn in as the Chief Minister. And if you look at various schemes introduced by Jayalalitha, one is the Cradle Baby scheme, like that, Amma Mobiles, Amma Cement, Amma Unavagam, like that. Several schemes are named after Amma, and you can say she decisively ruled the politics of Tamil Nadu almost for the past 25 years, or you can say since 1991, sometimes in power and sometimes out of power. Right, so with this, let us conclude News at a Glance. Have a nice day. Please do join for other modules. Thank you.